Hi guys, welcome to this video about what's the requirements for a good Android Wear 2.0 smartwatch in 2019. So it doesn't mean the highest requirements or basic requirements. I would say decent requirement. What makes sense? Also, what makes sense? So watches are available for a decent price. So it's not easy. It has been, but there has been some progress. Even when it looked like 2018 was almost that year in Android smartwatches, it was not. I always thought, yeah, nothing has happened. It's almost stagnation or like a step back. Yeah, not necessarily. I have been looking into the market 1 year ago, and I've been comparing to end of 2018, which means to the start of 2019 will be still the same. So what are we talking about? A must requirements. I would say I would not buy any smartwatch, Android smartwatch, without this features, and this is waterproof. I mean, I'm not talking about a little bit IP67, IP68. A lot of manufacturers are talking about waterproof, and they make really nice pictures of people are swimming in a pool with IP67 or 68. I don't buy this for I would not buy this at all, because there are smartwatches around these days which have 30 meter or 100 feet waterproof easily, and this is good for swimming. Everything else does not fit. So GPS, yeah, must have. I mean, especially when you're a fitness guy, you're going for jogging or running, biking, whatever, and you don't want to take always your smartphone with you. That's a good thing, but it's not so important, because usually you can expect this with a decent smartwatch anyway. It will be hard to find a smartwatch these days without GPS. Then microphone, speaker. This is more important, because there are still some smartwatches around without speaker, and some even without microphone. Not many, but probably a lot without speaker. And microphone, speaker is a good thing, because when you're connected to your smartphone, you can answer phone calls. I mean, I don't expect nobody is thinking about making phone calls for hours, but when you're somewhere in a car or in a place you don't have time or to take out the phone, and this will be just like 10-second phone call when you're doing shopping, and then your spouse is calling, please please think about this. Will probably take 10 or 20 seconds. Then it's a good thing you can take the phone call without pulling out the smartphone. Really helps. It's a good thing. I've been using this a lot. NFC, that's a good thing. Last year or 1 year ago, there have been a lot of new smartwatches around without NFC, without payment. NFC, technically, I mean, you don't need that to synchronize, but NFC is the number one thing for payment. If you want to pay with your watch, you need NFC. It nowadays works in almost every store. It doesn't work at Walmart, but like CVS, Starbucks, McDonald's, a lot of stores now they have terminals with NFC. It's such a great thing. I'm paying a lot of times with NFC. Works pretty good. Wireless charging, I mean, most of the smartwatches these days have wireless charging. Why is it important? Because if you have not wireless charging, you will have some connection points, like the metal points, metal pins, and they are directly on your skin, and when you're sweating it's some kind of salt, some kind of acidity, and yeah, so the pins will corrode over time. So even when they are good quality, so after a year, half a year or after a year, usually they are gone more or less, and you will have a hard time to keep charging your watch. Nice to have is, I would say, GSM. I have a watch with GSM. I have SIM card inserted, so I can make phone calls when I'm on a bike ride or jogging or whatever, or for me it's most important when I forget my smartphone. It happened to me when I forgot my smartphone and I felt like naked walking around. I felt really uncomfortable, unsafe. I thought, yeah, what happens to me if I got into an accident or something happens? I need an emergency call or contacting my family. So GSM can be something. You don't even have to use a GSM, I mean a SIM card, for $10 a month or so. Even without a SIM card, you'll have to think about that. Even without a SIM card you can make emergency calls, so without any extra payment every month you have additional safety. So but I would say it's a nice to have, it's a good thing, but if you have to spend $200 extra for GSM, probably it's not worth it. Heart rate, yeah, for me it's not such a big deal. I had smartwatches without heart rate, now I had one with heart rate. It's not nothing which I'm really care about. I mean, it's not a medical device. They will come out in a couple of years with really good sensors where you can really analyze your health and like make a cardiogram and such things. But the heart rate sensors which are around these days, yeah, it's a gadget. So for me, of course, when you're doing some jogging and you won't know your heart rate, but sometimes it's inaccurate when you're doing too much activity, so I'm not worried. But anyway, most of or 99% of the smartwatches have heart rate sensors, no problem. Rotating crown, yeah, I mean, with the iPhone you can use the rotating crown to zoom in. Would be a nice thing for Android. Maybe they will bring this out, but at the moment the rotating crown can only be used to scroll through notification and apps, and it's nice to have, but it doesn't help a lot. I mean, I have it. I had watches without before. Not big difference. Okay, so the question is now: are there any smartwatches around these days which are matching to my must criteria? Yes, there are. There's the one manufacturer. I'm not 100% sure if it's diesel or fossil. I think it's fossil company. So this is the company which makes the watches for a lot of brands like Diesel, Michael Kors, Calvin Klein, maybe even other ones. So and they just have other housings, and the inside is pretty much the same. So, and this is the thing, this is the big deal this year, end of 2018, beginning of 2019, there is a 4th generation series out now here, because the 3rd series they were lacking of more or a lot of these things, and now with the latest generation they have all these features. So the latest generation of these watches, they are 30 meter or 100 feet waterproof. They have a GPS, they have microphone, speaker, they have NFC, they have for payment, they have wireless charging. But and they also have heart rate sensor, and they have rotating crown, but they don't have GSM. It's the only thing which they don't have, but it's a good thing. They have so many things, and at least they have all the must criteria, which is important. So 1 year ago I was in the market to buy a new smartwatch, and because there was only the 3rd generation watches out there of the fossil group, and so they haven't been waterproof, they didn't have NFC, GPS I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I mean, with these things not having, it was for me a total no-go. Now 4th generation, they have it all except GSM, which is not so important for me. So this is a good deal now. So what can you buy? For me, the diesel, you have to make sure that you buy the correct one, because also even 3rd generation and 2nd generation watches of diesel, fossil and Michael Kors are still around on the market on Amazon or yeah, wherever. But I've checked the Dieselman's on Full Guard 2.5. I think this is the one. It's available for around $325–350. These have all these features which you want, which you need. It's a little bit expensive, about $350. There's a cheaper option around with Michael Kors. They have different prices. It's a little bit hard to find these. When you go to Michael Kors site, they have mixed, I think 2nd generation, 3rd generation, 4th generation. You have to be really careful, and prices are also totally mixed. So usually the higher price, the newer it is, but be careful, just buy 4th generation. And yeah, I had one, can't remember which one, this is the one. You have to be really careful. So I think the Bryson is an older one, the Grayson is an older one. So here we have I think it's called Runway. Yeah, probably the Runway are the new ones. They are between 290 and 450, but yeah, you can buy at least a little bit cheaper, 290. I think it's the cheapest one. Okay, it comes just with a plastic wristband, but at least it's not bad. I mean, Michael Kors. I mean, I don't like this style, but it's up to you. Some people probably will like it. It's not bad, it's just not my style. But the good thing, when you buy Michael Kors, especially when you buy in the store, you will have a good, nice warranty. That's a good thing. Most of these watches come with a 2-year warranty anyway, which is a really good thing. If you want it even cheaper, there's a last option, and that's from the Fossil, like the parent company itself anyway, and you can buy it now. That's awesome. 4th generation, this is the new model for $192 now, Christmas sale or whatever. Here's the man model, here's the woman's model. I think there are more man model around. Most of them are pretty expensive, $275, but here a nice one, $275. Unfortunately, that's another one I've seen. Yeah, one with a plastic band, $178. That's probably the cheapest one. Generation 4, but this is the thing which you want, Generation 4, or here the Runway, or here the On Guard 2.5. I haven't I mean, I have been looking for other smartwatches with same features. It's hard to find. A lot of manufacturers have withdrawn from market. Some like Sony doesn't produce smartwatches anymore at all. LG has stopped with their best watch like the Smartwatch, which I have, which had everything, even cheap GSM. So it's hard to find, and this, I would say, this is an awesome deal. Here you can buy stainless steel, 192. For me, this is the thing. This is the very best. I mean, of course, you can buy also with leather. Probably it's leather imitation. If I would buy, I probably would pick this one. So this seems to be the best deal for me. Fossil, yeah, 2-year warranty, has all the features, yeah, waterproof, all the other features, yeah, metal, nice design, everything good, and really cheap price at the moment. This is the thing. Yeah, if I would have to buy new watch, this would be the thing to go. Definitely has it all except GSM, which you probably won't need. If we go a little bit down, you will see a little bit more about the features. Here we see notification, of course, as every watch, every Android Wear watch. Heart rate tracking. It has the Google Pay. It has untethered GPS, I mean standalone GPS. It is swim proof, and here you can see on a one pager, that's the most important thing. You can see the difference between the Generation 3 and the Generation 4, which came out just recently. Here, most of the features not existing with Generation 3. No heart rate tracking, no Google Pay, no NFC for Google Pay, no GPS, I mean tethered only. I mean this is from the smartphone transferred by Bluetooth. This is nothing. Swim proof, not here. Microphone, yes, it had microphone, but probably it didn't have speaker. Now it has everything what you need. This is awesome thing. Yeah, really the thing which you need. So that's it for now. I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write in the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.